My foster brother said video games triggered his childhood trauma, so my parents made me move my PS5 to the spider-infested garage. But I set up a camera after my controller went missing. Norman spent his first 13 years in a crack house. For years, he claimed it didn't affect him, was proud of coming out unaffected, until he found out my Christmas present was worth $14 more than his. Suddenly, he was a broken victim with complex PTSD. When I got a PS5 with my own money, he said it was emotional violence. I offered to let him play, even offered to buy him a custom controller. He refused. My parents only let me play when he wasn't in the living room, then only in my bedroom with headphones. 2 days later, I came home to find Mom cradling him on the bathroom floor, shaking and crying. He'd caught a glimpse of the PS5 menu walking past my room. All those other kids had bedrooms, games. I had nothing, he sobbed. Mom looked at me like I was the one who raised him in that crack house. New rules: 1 hour max after 9 p.m., minimum brightness so light wouldn't shine under the door. When I protested, Dad said, he's never had what you have. Are games worth destroying his recovery? Norman started documenting my violations. Photos of light under my door. Recordings of controller clicking from the hallway. After enough violations, my parents made me move it to the basement. No heating, spiders dropping from the ceiling, a TV with 3 working pixels. That lasted until Norman failed his midterm after skipping class to smoke with college kids. Somehow, still my fault. He told our parents he could hear the PS5 through the floor during study time, but didn't want to say anything, so I could enjoy what he never had. My parents looked at him like a martyr. They moved it to our garage. Paint cans from the 80s, dead wasps, cockroaches everywhere. That's where I spent my Saturdays for 3 months. Then Norman needed something from the garage, and it triggered full body tremors. He collapsed on the floor, needing help. My parents decided to sell the PlayStation. He can play mobile games, Norman said, still acting like Mother Teresa. That's what poor kids did. That's what I did. I snapped. Shut up. I offered to share. I've done everything you asked. Norman played victim. I'm sorry I was poor. It's my fault I have trauma, and my parents beat me. I'm such a failure. It's okay, Normie. Mom hugged him. His face changed to a smile. He's going to sell the console, sweetie. Don't worry. I'm done. You want to see what your precious traumatized sweetie actually does? I pulled out my phone and connected it to the TV. I set up a camera after my controller went missing 4 weeks ago. Norman's face went white. He marched toward me, but his sudden reaction caught my parents' attention. What's going on, Norman? Dad said. Every Sunday when we're at church, Norman's been charging neighborhood kids $10 an hour to play my PS5. The footage started. Norman collecting money from the 2 brothers around the corner. Mom's mouth fell open. I'm not done. I swiped to screenshots. Don't worry, my foster parents believe anything if I cry. Dad stepped forward. Norman, isn't it a coincidence? I interrupted. That the exact day these kids said they couldn't afford to pay anymore is when he demanded I sell the PlayStation completely? The room went silent. Norman was about to cry. Real tears this time. Our neighbor Emmeline knocked later, asking about the $40 her sons had paid Norman for PS5 time. Mom's face went completely white, realizing the neighbors knew. Dad pulled up our home security footage from Sundays we'd been at church. Kid after kid entering our garage. Timestamps matching exactly when we were at service. Mom kept trying to find explanations, but even she couldn't argue with video evidence. When Norman's social worker Elise came for her check-in, Dad brought up everything. She created a behavioral contract. Norman had to pay back the money and couldn't contact neighborhood kids under 16. Norman claimed working would interfere with his trauma recovery process. Dad ended up writing a check for $800 from our family vacation savings to pay back all the neighbors Norman had stolen from. Norman posted on social media about his abusive household treating him like a prisoner, but kids from school who knew the real story started commenting about him charging money and lying about everything. He deleted the post within an hour, but screenshots were already everywhere. The PS5 stays at my friend Eden's house now. I play there on weekends in peace.